Okay, so we're going to be looking at a retired LA County Deputy, Jeffrey Joseph York, 68. This degenerate right here. These two are not former law enforcement, but follow me on this. Yavapai, however you pronounce it, county authorities made 3 arrests in a child. You know how YouTube is. I pointed out exploitation operation in Prescott over the weekend. There were multiple arrests made in a multi-agency child exploitation operation in Prescott over the weekend. Through the course of the operation this past Friday and Saturday, investigators identified and arrested 3 suspects for various felony offenses. 67-year-old Jeffrey York of Prescott was taken into custody after soliciting to perform acts with 7 and 11-year-old children. He was arrested and booked on numerous crimes. Police also arrested 36-year-old Jeremy Pierce of Prescott after he tried to lure a 14-year-old girl for acts. He was also arrested on numerous crimes and drug possession. Authorities also arrested 37-year-old Williams DeBlos of Prescott Valley. He was taken into custody after he also solicited to perform with a 14-year-old girl. DeBlos, however you pronounce it, was arrested on numerous crimes. All 3 have been booked into the Yavapai, county jail. The operation included Prescott, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, Chandler, and Phoenix Police, along with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, Arizona Department of Public Safety, and the County Attorney's Office. So, that's a lot. Wonder what's going to happen. Also, spoiler alert, I already know, but I didn't look these 2 up yet because I didn't want this video to be a half hour long. I'm going to, once we see the conclusion of this one, and we will compare and contrast this one's charges and what he was convicted on and sentenced to as opposed to these 2. So, next, retired LA County, and I think this one was, to have a date on it. I know this started in 2023. I'm not exactly sure of the date on this one. Anyway, it started in 2023. February 2025, retired LA County deputy convicted of trying to meet children in Arizona. Prescott, Arizona, a former sheriff's deputy from California has been convicted of arranging to meet young children in northern Arizona. Prosecutors in Yavapai County said a jury found 68-year-old Jeffrey Joseph York of Prescott guilty of luring a minor for exploitation and 2 counts of attempted conduct with a minor. Adults who prey on children have no place in our community. The fact that Mr. York was a retired law enforcement officer is a stark betrayal of the oath he once took, and of the many fine officers who served their communities with distinction and honor, and who ultimately brought Mr. York to justice, Yavapai County Attorney Dennis McCrane said in a news release. "68. Authorities said York is retired from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and was caught during an undercover operation in September 2023. During that joint operation with a FBI task force, prosecutors said York tried to meet up with a 7-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl. Little children. In those conversations, he reportedly described acts he planned to engage in with the children. He was arrested at the arranged meetup spot. I hope the lengthy prison sentence Mr. York is facing will send a clear message to predators that they are not welcome in Yavapai County. Let me be clear. If you try to abuse a child here, you will be caught and aggressively prosecuted by the office," McCrane said. "You will be aggressively prosecuted." Sentencing is set for February 28th at Yavapai County Superior Court. York faces up to 26 years and 3 months in prison. Alright, so let's see what Facebook had to say. Prescott Times, former LA deputy found guilty in Yavapai County for attempting to exploit minors, faces over 26 years in prison. I think it was initially 30, and somehow it wound up being 26 years and 3 months, meaning if it's 26 years, they can serve up to 320 or up to 26 years. If it's 26 years and like 2 days, it is 26 years day for day. Anyway, what the comments say. Pedophile treatment center. He doesn't need 26 years in jail. We need 5 minutes alone. Put him away for good. 26 years is not enough. He portrayed his profession as well as the victims. Yeah, and how many victims are in L.A. did they not try to find? If this happens here, it most definitely happened in L.A. So sickening. He's going to have a very hard time in prison indeed. Yeah, hope this sends a message like the county attorney states, no place in our community, as it should be everywhere. This is devastating. Glad he got caught. Wow. Yeah, he got caught. 26, they were looking at 30. Wound up being 26 years and 3 months. So, what did he get? Did he get 26? Did he get 30? Did he get the death sentence? He got 10 years. Ex-LA County deputy sentenced to 10 years for luring children in Arizona. March 3rd, 2025. Prescott, Arizona, a retired Los Angeles County deputy, has been ordered to spend a decade in prison after a jury convicted him last week of luring young children over the internet. A judge sentenced Jeffrey Joseph York, 68, to spend 10 years after being convicted of luring a minor and 2 counts of attempted with a minor. A minor, not even... These kids are 7 and 11. They are in wouldn't matter. Children are children. These are little. These are littles. And for that, well, 10 years. Last month, a Yavapai County jury found York guilty of these charges. He was caught during an undercover operation in September 2023. During that joint operation with the FBI task force, prosecutors said York tried to meet up with a 7-year-old boy and 11-year-old girl, where I know that he reportedly described acts he planned to engage with the children in those conversations. He was arrested at the arranged meetup spot. Here we go. You ready? Judge McGill had no choice but to follow the recent precedent from the Arizona Court of Appeals. I believe that precedent was wrongly decided and am relieved that it is being appealed to the Arizona Supreme Court, said Yavapai County Attorney Dennis McCrane. If the Supreme Court overrules that precedent, we will seek a new sentence to 30 years for Mr. York, the maximum allowed by law, given Mr. York's shocking and despicable conduct. Well, yeah, because you know what happens? All the bullshit comes to light, they're found out and they're figured out, and then they're like, well, it's precedent, so our hands are tied. But they don't want to change the precedent. If you don't change, if it says you have to, within these guidelines, because up to that point, this is the most heinous shit you've dealt with. So we'll go with this precedent, and then time goes on, and the shit gets more heinous, but they can't, the law won't allow them anything over the precedent that's already been set. So if you don't set a new precedent, then these degenerates just get to keep with very little, because this one said, I hope the lengthy prison sentence Mr. York is facing will send a clear message to predators that they are not welcome. You will be caught and aggressively prosecuted by my office. Now, I'm not doubting that he likely was. I don't know. I think let's see if I can't find some videos of those. Aggressively prosecuted, but problem is you won't be aggressively sentenced, because here he got 10 years. And this is just going to pretty much sum up what I just said.
Man was just sentenced to 10 years in prison for luring kids and sexual exploitation. This is 68-year-old Jeffrey Joseph York. He's a retired deputy from the LA County Sheriff's Department, and he tried to arrange a meetup, according to detectives, with who he thought was a 7-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, without knowing it was actually an undercover officer on the internet.
A 7-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, and because there's precedent. Also, let's not forget, 10 years. He's going to get time served. He's going to get good time. He's going to get time because I had time. He will never be in there for 10 years. If they don't get the ball rolling, he'll be out before you know it. And like some of the other commenters said, I'm wondering what else he's done. Anybody with any information on anything he might have done needs to go to the authorities. I'm just saying, he's 68 years old. It didn't really say how long he was in law enforcement, but he was retired, so long enough to retire. I think retiring in LA County is 25 years. You think this is a one of? And he just, well, I'm retired now, so I'm gonna lay back and now I'm going. No, this I'm almost betting $1 million I do not have that this is not a one of. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, and I'm gonna go look at the other two and see what their time is, and get back to you on that one. So let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, I'm going to keep harassing you because 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You're at your computer. You got your phone in your hand. All you got to do is just click that button. Click it. I'll quit harassing. Just click the button. Let me know what you think, and I'm out.